Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with outcast defender Sergio Des as the Barca outcasts have agreed to join PSV Eindhoven as he traveled today to the Netherlands to complete the move. It will be a loan move with a buy option according to reports. So as we get then secondly in these episodes, we are going to discuss about star striker Robert Lewandowski. I want us to look at Lewandowski's dwindling form and his concerning underlying numbers so far. Lewandowski is not the player that we thought he will be so far this season. We are going to discussing on what is the problem. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcomed. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's work in the transfer window is in full swing as the Catalans are eager to fulfill their objectives before the window slams shut. In addition to incorporating a variety of new players, carrying out exit operations have been equally pivotal to Barca's transfer strategies. One of the players who has been alienated from Xavi's squad plans for a while now is Sergio Des, and after much anticipation, it appears his sale is set to materialize. Previously, it was reported that various clubs approached the right back, with as many as 4 teams gunning for Dess's signature. Now, according to Sport, Sergio Des is set to join PSV on a loan deal with a 10 million payout option. The Dutch side will pay half of the player's salary. Des will depart for Eindhoven in the next few hours to finish the medical checkup and so sign his contract. As the departure of the right back looks so close to completion, FC Barcelona will be able to thin out their roster and dispose of a player who held little significance to Xavi and whose transfer had fallen through. Barca's pursuit of Joao Cancelo implies the club are already looking to upgrade on the former Ajax man after a rough loan spell at AC Milan and a subpar pre-season. Des will be looking to turn his ailing fortunes around at PSV. While both parties have agreed to a loan spell, Barca have attached a 10 million euro buy option, which they hope will be activated, especially with a player previously finding success with Ajax in the Dutch league. In the meantime, though, freeing up space in the wage bill now enables the Blaugrana to focus on transactions to bolster the squad further. Of course, Des leaving will also be great as Barca will have something in their coffers. Sergio Des have been a right back for Barca since 2020. He was loaned out to AC Milan last season, only for him to misuse that loan spell. I'll say misuse because going to AC Milan was just a waste of time. Des showed nothing for it. Des played just 8 games in the Serie A. Des was just there, like he was just a squad player there. And I even think that AC Milan should have been regretting why they went for a loan because they never saw such a poor performance coming. And how you expect a player will go for a club like AC Milan, not doing well, and you would expect that player to come and succeed at Barca? Which means that Sergio Des' signature back in 2020 was not even supposed to be a signature for a club like Barca. That tells you how low Barca have become in the past few years. Sergio Des has not found a place in Xavi's lineup again. Earlier today, we saw it against Cadiz. Des was not even involved in the squad that make that list for the match, which tells a lot about how Xavi perceived Sergio Des. Des will be sold, that's for sure, as a player has no plans. He has nowhere to be found in Xavi this season. So I think Barcelona know very well it's better they put players like Sergio Roberto or they put players like Koundé or Araujo rather than going for a natural right back like Sergio Des because his performance have been really, really poor. Xavi gave him that opportunity during preseason in the USA for him to at least disprove him to Xavi, to show what he's got, to even stand a little bit of a chance. But guess what? Des did nothing. Guess did nothing. And so his performances were really, really subpar. So as it stands right now, the good news is Barca have seen a couple of suitors for Des because it wasn't easy for the club to look for suitors for Sergio Des. It was difficult. It was difficult. That tells you how bad Des has become. So to even look for suitors is like looking for water inside the desert, which is never possible, right? But PSV Eindhoven now are showing the most interest. We also got report of French giants OG Cine also showing interest in Des. So right now, I think Des will try to go because honestly, all those clubs showing interest in the player, none of them are going for a permanent move. All of them are going but for what? A loan move with an option to buy. That is what they'll be going for. I think Barcelona will be considering that because rather than keeping Dest only waiting and hoping for a permanent move to come, I very much know for sure that Barca will not see one. And the club are strongly considering the player exiting the club, even if it is a loan move, better than him staying. But for a loan move, the only thing is Barca might be paying a fraction of the player's salary as opposed to a permanent move. But I think it's still better than keeping him at the club. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Since signing for Barca, veteran forward Robert Lewandowski has not made four consecutive appearances without scoring a goal in La Liga. As it turns out, though, the post-deterring run of form may force him to face the harsh truth that he can, in fact, be stopped from scoring goals. It is no secret that the former Bayern man did not start the season very well. He only scored two goals in four appearances during pre-season. And what's more troubling is that the figure was actually bettered by Ferran Torres during the outings, having scored three. It is safe to say that Lewandowski's ineffectiveness in front of goal was made evident late into the 2022-23 season after being the only scorer in a 3-1 defeat against Valladolid in May. He went goalless against Mallorca and Celta Vigo in Barca's last two league matches. The season this season, the veteran forward was incapacitated by a firm Getafe defense that gave him little to no room to have any creative freedom. The 34-year-old hardly had a leading role in the La Liga opener, and if his appalling form continues against Cadiz, as we have seen earlier today, of course, he has now gone four games without scoring a single goal for the first time in his Barca career. So Lewandowski's dip in form during final stage of the previous season was evident, and despite having enough time to recover during the summer, the 34-year-old looks far from his best. However, it must be noted that Lewandowski failed to score a goal even in the opening game of the previous season. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.